All right, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be taking a look at zero and negative exponents, and this is review from last year as well. So, reminder, any number to the 0 power equals 1. It's a definition, all right, and we can use our division rules to kind of show that. Negative exponents do not make any part of the problem negative, right? A negative exponent does not mean all of a sudden you have a negative answer. So we're going to use our calculators for this. So I'm going to ask you to put in your calculator 6 to the negative 1. And when you do that, remember, these are the buttons you're going to hit, and the negative 1 has to be in parentheses. So when you do that, you're going to get 0.16 repeating, and then we're going to use math frac. So you're going to take your decimal, hit math frac, and it's 1/6. Okay, so if I do the same thing for 6 to the negative 2, remembering to put that negative sign in parentheses, you're going to get 0.027 repeating, and if I math frac that, we get 1/36. Okay, well, 5 to the negative 1 is going to be 0.2. Math frac it, I'm going to get 1/5. 5 to the negative 2 is going to be 0.04. Math frac that, and you're going to get 1/25. 4 to the negative 1 is going to be 0.25. Math frac it, you get 1/4. 4 to the negative 2 is going to be 0.0625. Math frac it, you get 1/16. 3 to the negative 2, I skipped the, anyway. 3 to the negative 2 is going to give you 0.1 repeating. Math frac it, and you get 1/9. So if we apply that same pattern, if you're taking a look, right, a negative 1 exponent, just put the number into the denominator. Right, there's all the denominators. A negative 2 exponent, put the number into the denominator, and it squared it, because 1/36 is the same as 1/6 squared. 1/25 is the same as 1/5 squared. 1/16, 1/4 squared. 1/9, 1/3 squared. So if I have a variable exponent, this is going to be 1/x squared. Y to the negative third is going to be 1/y cubed. So our rule is that you take the reciprocal of the base, and then you make the exponent positive. So I can do that then even if I have fraction bases, and I can, and I can take those, and I'm just going to take the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. And then I make the exponent positive. I could simplify that or multiply that out to 9/4. Same thing over here. If I have 1/3 to the negative 3, I'm going to take the reciprocal, which is 3, make the exponent positive. And we know from before that that means that it's 3 times 3 times 3, which would be 27. All right, so let's go through and apply some of this with what we're doing here. So I have x to the 4th over x to the 8th. So my rule for a division is I have to subtract my exponents, which is going to give me x to the negative 4. But the directions tell me I want it as a positive exponent. So I have to take the reciprocal, 1/x, and I'm going to make that a positive. And I'm going to put it in parentheses because now it's a fraction. So 1/x to the 4th, you could write it as 1/x to the 4th because you could distribute and share that. All right, here's one like what we were practicing. So I'm going to take 3/7. I'm going to take the reciprocal, 7/3 to the 4th. It didn't tell me to evaluate it, so I can leave it like that. For number 14, so I have to subtract my exponents. So 3 minus negative 6 is actually going to be x to the 9th, so that's a positive. Y to the negative 2 divided by y to the 5th is going to be y to the negative 7th. So this is positive. It's going to stay where it is. I have to make the negative 7 positive. So this is going to become x to the 9th. This is going to go in my denominator, y to the 7th. All right, hopefully nothing too horribly hard, but if you have any questions, you know that you should bring them to class. Have a good night, guys.